You want to hear a crazy story that I've only told like 3 people? And this was when Nick Saban's name was obviously huge and starting to really kind of get there. He had, right before he went to Bama, he had just gone to the Dolphins, had done the stuff at LSU, the time frame I'm talking about in the car. So when my dad was playing for the Oilers, Nick Saban was the DB coach. He said one of the practices, they're out there stretching, they're in their personnel groups, so the linebackers are with the linebackers stretching and the DBs are with the DBs. And so Nick Saban comes out there and the DBs are in a circle stretching, like I said, and there was some all-pro safe. I believe it was a safety. He'd been all-pro like 8 years. I mean, this guy was legitimate. And Saban went over there and started dog cussing the group. The guy spoke up and said something. He said something back to him. So my dad said he's stretching and he's looking at these guys arguing. He's kind of like, whatever.
What's the matter with you, boy? You too stupid to do what your coach tells you? No.
And then all of a sudden he hears like kind of a shriek. And he looks to his right, and this safety is chasing Nick Saban with a helmet. Nick Saban is running for his life. Because if this guy caught him, my dad always said they had trainers, a bunch of people go over there and like get in front of him and stop him. My dad always said if he caught him, he was gonna hurt him bad. It was gonna be real bad. So he's always used to tell me, especially as I was growing up, he'd always reference that story and be like, you know what? And Nick Saban's a great coach. He'd say Nick Saban's the greatest college football coach of all time. He's like, but I know the real Nick Saban when it comes down to it. When it's just you and the other guy and you're talking trash and that dude comes back up to you and can say something a little bit because it's the NFL and it's you and him.
You're such a little turd.
He's like, I saw you scream and run. I saw it and I'll never forget it. And I don't want to come on here and I've never personally talked to Nick Saban or anything like that, but you could not make that story up. And what's crazy to me is now when you see what happened at the Dolphins when he went back to the NFL and you see the instance where he made the Dolphins player cry, you can see it's a little bit different nowadays in the NFL than it used to be back then. But make no mistake, Nick Saban didn't show up for practice the next day. It was so bad. That's how bad it was. So he always used to say, come off as a big dog, you can come off as a badass, but I saw you scream and run and I'll never forget it. Make sure you like and subscribe.